Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon the time that you're watching this edition of Fugitive Watch. I'm Steve Ferdine.
And I'm Scott Castorita.
And we've got some interesting stories for you. Scott, why don't you give them a quick rundown of what we're going to be showing them today?
That's right, Steve. We have a lot of interesting stories. Of course, we have this guy out of San Francisco that went crazy with a machete. We hope somebody out there can help ID. We got a lot of child molesters. Now, these guys, some of them have been on the run for a long time, some more recent. We're hoping somebody out there could help us locate them. And we have a really exciting, chilling video of some robbers that went into a gun store, and it didn't work out too good for them. I don't know what they were thinking about going into a gun store and trying to rob it.
Oh my God, it's really wild. So don't go away. We'll be right back after this commercial spot.
Target Masters Shooting Range in Milpitas offers a safe, family-oriented environment. Target Masters, with 17 clean, well-ventilated shooting lanes, also offers firearm and baton training for security officers, personal firearm training classes designed for ladies only, basic pistol, and BFSC. Target Masters Pro Shop also offers the largest selections of guns and ammo in the Bay Area. So if you want to shoot, buy, sell, or trade guns, visit Target Masters or check us out on the web at www.thegunplace.com.
Welcome back. We're going to start with our first story. Scott, quick, give them a rundown.
As I said in the beginning, we need to ID this guy. He's out of San Francisco. He took a machete. He victimized somebody. He was at the BART station, at the Civic Center BART station. And this guy is described, you can see in the photo, he's a black male. They said he's about 5'11", 200 pounds. It's a pretty decent picture. Somebody out there has to know who this guy is. And that's some pretty dangerous stuff running around with a machete. And there's all kinds of ways to get that information to us, right, Steve?
Yes, you can call us at our 1-800-9-CAUGHT. You can send us tips via email at tips@fugitive.com, or you can text us a tip at 408-355-0999. Our next story involves a parent's worst nightmare. A man tries to kidnap a little boy in Oklahoma City. Take a look at this photo and video and see if you can recognize this guy.
You know, Steve, I was looking at that video and I listened to the news conference, and they really don't know why this guy grabbed the kid, and as soon as the parents started screaming and yelling, and this is an important thing to remember, this kid started screaming, kicking, and yelling, and it made this guy feel pretty uncomfortable enough to put that kid down. And it's one of the things that child advocates and people out there tell you to teach your kids. If something like this happens, make a lot of noise, kids. Make sure everybody around you knows.
So don't go away. We'll be right back after this commercial spot.
Bad boys.
I was chilling in my house, just watching my TV when I heard a knock on the door. I thought, who could that be? Surprised I found the police with a warrant for my arrest. Man, I was just trying to get some rest. Next thing I knew, I was in the county jail. And it never fails the fact that bad boys need bail. Bad boys bail bonds is who I called, and the courtesy and services topped them all. They worked it all out with a call on the phone, and before I even knew it, I was free to roam. Bad boys bail bonds, thank you for the loan.
Baby, because your mama wants you home.
Welcome back. Scott, we have a story on a child predator, don't we?
We sure do, Steve. This guy here, his name's Joshua Detweiler. Now, this guy was convicted a long time ago. He's been a sex reg for quite a while. This guy was having sex with a lot of 14, 15-year-olds, and he was using drugs and alcohol to entice them. So I'm sure he's probably up to his old tricks, and he's probably using the internet. So take a really good look at this guy's picture. He's 35 years old. The guy is 6'4", 185 pounds. That's going to make him stand out. He's tall and skinny. He's got bright blue eyes. So I'm hoping somebody out there recognizes him.
Scott, didn't this guy actually do something really horrible? Like, didn't he give her
he got one of the girls, one of the young girls, got her pregnant and gave her a disease. She almost died, but the baby died. And I mean, so let's somebody take a good look at the picture, pass it around. You can go see it at fugitive.com, and we're hoping somebody out there could help us locate this guy.
What a shame, you know. And the problem is these creeps are all over the internet. So please keep an eye on your children when they're on the internet. Our next story involves a pretty wild and dramatic video of a store owner in Mapleton, Georgia. Is that where it's at, Scott? Mapleton, Georgia?
Yes.
This store owner has a pawn shop, Two guys go into the pawn shop. If you watch the video, to hold it up, the owner pulls out his own weapon and gets into a horrible shootout. He kills one of the robbers. The second robber escaped, and that's the guy we're looking for. Unfortunately, we don't have much of a description on him, but somebody out there knows who this guy is. So please give us a call at 1-800-9-CAUGHT. You can send us tips@fugitive.com, or you can actually text us also on our text line at 408-355-0999. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with another dramatic story.
Fugitive Watch is brought to you by Classic Car Wash, voted Silicon Valley's best car wash 7 years in a row. There are 4 convenient locations: Campbell, Los Gatos, San Jose, and Saratoga. Log on to classiccarwash.com for coupons and locations.
Welcome back. Scott, we've got an interesting story out of Mountain View, California. Do we want to call this a home video? What kind of video do we want to call this?
You know what? This is a video. A lot of people, it's a good reason to have cameras in your house. And a lot of these cameras, like on this one, the owner could actually talk to them through the camera and tell them, put my guitars down. Now, this happened in Mountain View, California. This was at the beginning of December, so it was before Christmas. So there probably wasn't a lot of Christmas presents under the tree yet. But these guys were the Grinches that stole Christmas. They break into these guys' house. And in the video, if you go to our website, you can watch it. You'll see these guys wandering around the house. Now, one guy is actually covering his face like he knows there might be a camera. This other guy, he's wearing a hoodie so we can't see his hair, but you can kind of see his face. Now, somebody out there is going to recognize these guys, or at least recognize, it looks like they stole a bunch of electric guitars. And so we're hoping that somebody out there knows them. Look at him, this guy running right at the camera. He takes the camera. So he knew there was a camera there. Yeah. Okay, but I don't know what he's thinking, because that stuff is, when you have these home camera systems, they're important to have, and I have them. You come to my house, I got video of you coming in my house, leaving my house, and in my house. So smile, because you're on camera the whole time. And I'll come on there and I can talk to you. If I'm there, well, that's
a different story.
That's a different story.
That's going to have a different ending.
Different outcome, yeah. Probably won't spend a lot of time talking to you.
Now, Scott, you know, if you go to our website, we've got a lot of videos of burglaries in progress, robberies in progress. And what's kind of interesting is so many of these knuckleheads, they think that if they steal the camera, that they've taken the recording, yeah. But it doesn't work that way.
They haven't figured out the thing about the cloud, and it's already recorded. You're caught. And, you know, and on a more serious note, right now, the way day and age is, police departments are down a lot of people. They don't have a lot of officers. It's up to the community out there. And if you don't have a camera system, you know what, and you get broke into, a lot of times your neighbors have them. So, like, I've had my neighbors come over and ask me if I could roll back my camera so they could take a look at something that happened in front of their house. So, with that being said, I would take the time to get a good camera system and good alarm system.
You know, and another thing, safety-wise, in my career as a police officer, God, I can't tell you how many burglary reports I've taken. And the problem is, safety-wise, if you ever come home and you see property piled up in front of your front door, you see the window broken, the front door broken, don't go inside looking for the crooks, because what are you going to do if you find them? Just go next door, use your cell phone, get out of the area, call 911, let the police go in and make sure the crooks aren't still in the house, okay? Isn't that right?
That's good advice. Okay, so that pretty much does it for this edition of Fugitive Watch. I want to thank you for joining us. And again, we want to remind you there's a lot of ways that you can jump on and be part of the solution. And that is, you can come to fugitive.com. You can come over to our Facebook page. We have over 344, almost 345,000 people on there that join in on the conversation. Take a look. We try to put up-to-date stuff, and we also we rely on our Facebook people to help us. When there's breaking news stories, we rely on them to come in there, people that are in that local area, to help feed us the information so we can help get some of these fugitives caught and keep you informed about what's going on in your community.
Oh, we've gotten hundreds and hundreds of captures just from our Facebook. People recognizing these crooks on our Facebook. One thing I want to let you know is that if you want to get the all points bulletins from our Facebook page, just go on there. You can go to the notifications and let them know that you want to. I think there's a drop down menu, and you can put on there that you want to be notified of our all points bulletins. Right, Scott?
Yeah, definitely. And one more thing we want to talk about is our GoFundMe site. And
That's right.
If you come to our site, you check it out, read through it, you'll see what we do with it. Steve and I have been doing this now, over 25 years?
Actually, 2017 is 25 years.
We've been doing this for 25 years. And pretty much you're looking at the Steve and Scott Show. We've kept this thing afloat. Obviously, in 25 years, overhead's gone up. We want to be able to keep doing this. We've caught over 2,500 fugitives, and we couldn't do it without you. And, so we're hoping that if you get a chance, come check out our GoFundMe site. Look at it, take a peek, see what it is we do, read about our mission statement, and find out who we are.
Yeah, without the help on our GoFundMe page, we're not going to be able to pay Matt, our cameraman. We won't be able to keep our technology up to date. We needed to pay the bills, keep the lights on, PG&E, the lights.
So with that said, I want to say thank you very much for joining us. I'm Scott Castrita.
And I'm Steve Ferdine. One last thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we don't give any work for attorneys, so we need to give you our legal waiver. Many of these fugitives that you have just seen may be considered by law enforcement to be extremely dangerous. Do not make any attempt to arrest, apprehend, or detain them. If you recognize any of these fugitives, call our hotline, or you can text us, or you can send us an email. And if it's an immediate sighting, don't approach them. Call 911. Right, Scott?
That's right. And with that said, please don't send us messages because we use the word alleged too much. We don't have a choice.
Yeah.
We know we have a video of them doing the crime. It's still considered alleged until they go to court and they're convicted.
That's right. Yeah.
Again, thank you very much for joining us.